I'm Shiva.
I'm Sandy.
And this is
Our Relaxing Hobby. Hello. Hi, everybody. What's tonight's episode? Tonight's episode we're going to talk about Discovery Cove and your fun little trip that you had.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Here on Our Relaxing Hobby, we've decided that we really need to get out more. So
We being Shiva.
No, you too.
I'm just kidding.
We've been talking about.
I was actually going to go on this one, but family issues came up and I wasn't able to go film you. But yes.
But basically we have been stuck at home or at here or at her house for the last over a year now.
Right.
So we really need to get out more.
Right.
And so for the next, in future episodes, we're going to be going places and taking y'all with us. Anything fish or marine related.
Yeah, we're going to try really hard.
Yep. She really wanted to go with this.
Really wanted to go. Family issues came up, couldn't go. But we're going to let Shiva talk about that a little bit. Maybe we'll get Gareth out here to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, we will.
And why you did it. Because that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
There was a very
not my idea.
There was a very specific reason why I wanted to go to Discovery Cove, and that was because they have a shark swim. You get to jump in the water and free swim with a bunch of different sharks. You get, you get zebra sharks, nurse sharks, wild sharks, reef sharks.
No.
Bonnet heads.
Still no. It's not. I'm not even swimming with dolphins, and people like those.
Yeah, well,
no,
I won't swim with dolphins either, just because of their.
No, free swimming with any kind of wild animal, and you're on your own. I will film you from the outside, which is what I had intended to do. But but anyway,
she did intend to film because we don't have any footage of us actually being in the water, because we were in water with sharks that can turn aggressive if you pester them or something, which you don't want to do anyway.
Blood flowing
but,
in the water, cuts.
Yeah, but they don't want anything shiny in the water, which meant you can't have cameras in the water or jewelry.
Okay.
You couldn't have any jewelry in the water. They covered us from head to toe. Okay. You had the full wetsuits on.
I would have loved to get. Did you at least get photos of yourselves?
No, are you kidding? I looked like a sea lion.
See, and this is why I needed to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
But no,
she would have
the one time that I wasn't there.
But they do cover you from head to toe. You can't have any jewelry or cameras with you
next
in the water.
Time, people. Next time.
So
be ready.
We are planning on doing it again, and next time we will have Sandy with us to actually film us doing it.
Right.
But the experience is incredible, and Gareth will be on in a little bit.
But really, honestly, you honestly wanted your whole life to swim with sharks.
Well, I did accidentally once.
Right, right.
Yeah, I wanted to swim. Let's clarify that. I wanted to swim with sharks in a controlled environment.
Yeah, we do live in in Florida, and there are wild things in the ocean, which is why Sandy doesn't go in the ocean very often.
Like hammerheads.
Like hammerheads, yeah. Shiva got a brush by a hammerhead.
Yes, yes. I've met a hammerhead in the wild. Yeah. Very exhilarating. First thing I thought was, so where are your other 200 buddies?
Yeah. Way too many wild things in the water for Sandy. I like pools.
Yes, but I absolutely love sharks. They're fascinating to me. There are some species I will not swim with under any circumstances unless, I happen to be in like a cage.
Right, which is going to be one of our things as well.
Yes. Now, I did find out that Sandy will in fact jump in the water with sharks.
If there's a cage and Sandy is protected, Sandy will be happy to go swimming with the sharks in a cage,
right? So
where they can't get me and I'm not sticking my hand out to feed them or anything. That's all her.
Yeah. So stay tuned next year when we go to do a shark dive in a cage. I've actually found a place in Florida, in fact, that does cage diving. So Sandy has agreed.
I have agreed, and I will be
go
happy.
Cage diving with us.
I will
next year.
GoPro it if I can.
Yes, we're hoping.
We're going to GoPro it, and we're going to have everything on film. Sandy's screaming like a girl underwater, but that's fine.
Hilarious.
It'll be fine. I'll be in a cage and terrified, but I'll do it because I'm in a cage. And if I have to climb out the cage, Shiva's dinner.
Right. Well, to be fair, that's the reason why I'll do the cage dive. I won't do a free swim on this particular excursion because they are dealing with bull sharks and tiger sharks and lemon sharks. Those are
what about
great
those blacktip? Do we have the blacktip right here?
Blacktip. I was swimming with blacktip.
Oh, okay. I thought those were a little aggressive, but anyway.
No.
And I know that Gareth will be going with as well because he was really excited. He really had a great time as well. We'll hear from him.
Yeah, but
you guys, they had so much fun, from what I understand.
Yeah, but the 3 species I won't swim with under any circumstances as far as free swimming is lemon sharks, tiger sharks, and bull sharks. Those are 3 that are a little bit too aggressive for me to trust. But another thing about Discovery Cove is they have all these wonderful attractions and all these wonderful animal experiences you can do. When Gareth's here, he'll be telling you all about how much fun he had with like stingrays. We got caught in a fish frenzy. It was wonderful. But it is a great experience, and they do have a lot of things for kids that are over the age of 3 years old. So if you want a family adventure and you have children that are over the age of 3, I'm going to recommend this. I really am.
Yeah, I've never actually been to Discovery Cove, but I've seen it. I mean, like I said, I plan to go with. I really had.
Well, you're going to love it when we do go with you the next time, because they also have freshwater attractions where there are no fish in the water. So you don't have to worry about getting snuck up on by a stingray.
I don't even stick my hand in the koi pond very often. Well, I do as long as Sushi's not around, because her little mouth can fit my whole finger.
You were just playing with the baby karasu.
I was playing with the baby karasu because they're friendly and little and tiny and can't eat me. Sushi can eat me. And tries on a regular basis to eat people.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, I know.
That's why we're going to film koi.
But anyway.
Stay tuned for Koi Rana.
Yeah, that's going to be a show.
That's going to be a thing.
We're going to do Koi Rana.
That is going to be a movie.
Awesome. Yeah.
That is going to be a short film that we are determined we're going to do. We've only been joking about it for, what, 3 years now?
Oh, yeah, at least. Ever since they were babies,
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, they do have freshwater attractions, so if you're not into swimming actually with the fish, they do have these freshwater things like a lazy river and a big fake beach and that has waves and stuff. And then they have places where there's glass where you can snorkel up to the glass and then see the fish and otters and things like that, but you don't actually have to be in the water with fish.
Which I don't mind snorkeling as long as it's in a controlled environment.
Yeah, very controlled.
You know, I'm like a spring or something. I mean, I'm not snorkeling in the ocean. It's not happening unless it's a much clearer ocean than we have here.
No, we'd have to go down south
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I
don't mind snorkeling, but
I mean, Cayman Islands would be nice.
Oh, okay.
Stingray City.
Yeah, okay, so you.
She was such a chicken.
Steve Irwin died from a stingray.
1 in a gazillion chance of that happening.
I'm just kidding.
It just happened to happen to somebody famous.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, stingrays, the death
And actually, it was a complete accident. I mean, the thing wasn't trying to hurt him. But anyway, regardless. No, but anyway. No, I'm not really necessarily, as long as I can see them coming. It's the fact that sharks can sneak up on you in this kind of murky water.
Yeah, anything can sneak up on you.
Right. It's more, I mean, I'm not, controlled environments, springs and stuff, I like to snorkel, so. Okay. But yeah, we're going to try to do a lot more active type things this year.
Yes.
And I mean, I think you guys did that for your anniversary. That was your big anniversary shot, kind of anniversary birthday shot for you.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But we're hoping to do some more adventures. But for right now, we're going to bring Gareth in and have him talk a little bit about how much fun he had, and I'll be able to talk to you a little bit more about our personal experiences since you weren't around for that.
Right. And I'll go get Gareth, and I'll leave you guys sit here, and then we'll come back and finish that up. But stay tuned for future episodes.
You're not leaving me on camera by myself sitting here.
You don't have a choice. I have to go get Gareth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Leave me alone with the camera. See what I have to say.
Okay.
Okay, now that we're alone, there's something you need to know. Sandy's a Marine Sergeant. And she won't get into the water with koi, let alone little sea creature fish. I can't figure that one out. I have known Sandy for years. She's not afraid of anything. I mean, we're out here in the backyard, which is overgrown, and we're sitting here with machetes and chopping stuff down, running into all kinds of critters. And she runs into boars and stuff back here. It doesn't faze her. Spiders the size of Buicks. Doesn't faze her. Stick her hand in the koi pond and she freaks out. So, don't tell her I said this, but we really need to push for her to start joining in on these fish adventures more. And not just, we'll get her to do the cage dive, but she needs to do
You gotta stop talking bad about me.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about you at all.
Yeah,
I was just telling our viewers here about some of our plans for the future and how long we've known each other.
I don't believe you. Let me go over here. I don't believe her. Hold on. Let me just say.
I was talking about how beautiful your dog is.
You. Yeah, my dog is beautiful. Yeah, Gareth will be out here in a moment.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, how beautiful your dog is.
He's on step 1 of the assembly. Here he comes.
Okay. Okay, so we were just talking about our trip to Discovery Cove.
Okay.
And we thought maybe you'd like to come on and tell our audience about your experience and how you liked it and what your favorite part was and all that.
Well, I had a really great time, but did get a quick reminder. See, it's been like at least 30 years since I've been snorkeling, and I got a really good example of how you can know something and have a really hard time getting your body to actually cooperate with what you know, because reminding myself that I could actually breathe with my face in the water because the snorkel was sticking out above my head, easier said than done. I kept trying to either hold my breath, or once I would have my face in the water, I'd start hyperventilating. So, yeah, that took me about a good
20 minutes.
Yeah, 15.
No, trust me. When we got our gear on, we got suited up, gear on, we decided we were going to bullshit. We did. Well, first thing we did was we knew that our shark dive or our shark swim was at around 11. You can hit the water around 9:30ish. So we figured, okay, let's gear up and let's go into what they call the tropical reef or whatever, the Grand Reef, where they have all the fish and the stingrays. And we figured let's practice snorkeling there because it's been a good 20 years since I've gone snorkeling. I didn't realize it'd been 30 for him. So, you know, we get geared up and we get into the water and I'm hitting the water and it's like riding a bike for me. I'm in there ready to go. And then I realized that my husband is nowhere near me. And I turn around and he's still sitting here trying to figure out how to breathe underwater with the tube on.
Yep.
So that was fun, but he did eventually get the hang of it.
Yeah. Took me about 15 minutes.
I believe Shiva.
Thank you.
You have no sense of time either.
But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Grand Reef. What kind of stuff we ran into there.
Ran into was a lot. There were a lot of people. So if you find yourself going there, it's a good idea to get used to swimming without kicking, or else you will probably kick somebody in the face. Watch out for other people swimming with kicking, because you might get kicked in the face.
Very true. One thing I learned is that the deeper water you go into, the less people. A lot of people don't like swimming without being able to touch the ground, so if you go into the deeper sections, which are between 12 to 16 feet, I think they were deep.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, there were definitely some deep spots. You're not going to miss out on fish. Trust me, most of the fish have figured this out too, so they're going to the deeper areas. And that, in fact, it was the first time we went into the deep area that we ran into the school of fish.
Right.
You saw what happened to me. I didn't see what happened to me.
I didn't see what happened to you either. I kind of poked my head up, and you'd already gotten past that part into where you enter for the.
All right. I can tell you what I did see, which wasn't much. In our first venture into the deeper part of this section, which is about 12 feet deep or so, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this huge school of these colorful blue and black fish zooming right towards me at top speed. Apparently, I was in their swim path, and they didn't veer over. They weren't like birds. They don't, just kind of shift over. No, they ran head on into me, and next thing I knew, all I saw was fins and tails all over. That's all I saw for like about 30 seconds.
Yeah, by the time I was anywhere near catching up to her, there was another school, kind of a mixed school, and there was absolutely no way to get over to where she was without pretty much just plowing through them. So.
Yeah, so you got hit by the school too.
Yeah, so took a couple fish to the face. And
so that was interesting, getting run over by a school of fish underwater. There are a lot of really gigantic stingrays in this area. They're very friendly, extremely friendly, as Gareth can attest.
Yeah, we'd actually there was one point when we had to wear full-length wetsuits for the shark swim, but after we were done with that, we went ahead and returned those, and then got the regular vests that they have people wear while they're in there. But as I was getting used to how much colder the water is without the wetsuit on, I was standing there talking to Shiva, kind of letting my hands float, and I felt something rubbing up against my left hand, and I looked over, and there's a little ray trying to see if I was edible.
Yeah, but they do have some gigantic stingrays in this area. They're beautiful. They also have shovel nose.
Yeah, apparently there were two of the darker shovel nose that were nearest when we first got in, and I was trying to remember how to breathe with my face in the water. But a little later on, once I got acclimated, looked down, and about a 7-foot, almost white shovel nose right under me.
Yeah. Now shovel nose kind of look like a combination between a stingray and a shark, so they can be a little scary to people who don't know what they are. They're actually rays, but they're beautiful. We had fun with those. Now the shark swim itself was an interesting experience. Apparently, it's not nearly as popular as the dolphin swim. So Gareth and I got to swim around, pretty much in a group of 2. Instead of a group of 5 like they advertise having groups of 5. Well, it was just 2 of us swimming around with these sharks. And we had a lot of fun with those. What was your most memorable experience with the sharks?
Probably the zebra shark. Really friendly. Apparently the day before we went was his birthday. He had just turned 14 and he was still in show-off mode. And really friendly, and kept sideswiping both of us. Then Bonnet Heads, the Bonnet Heads, which look like tiny little hammerheads, except their front of their snout is more rounded instead of straight like the hammerhead. They were really friendly as well. Now remember, when you're snorkeling with the mask on, you have no peripheral vision, and just pretty much anytime you turn, there'd either be a bonnet head or a black tip right there in front of you. And
my favorite moment was when the big nurse shark came up to me. The nurse sharks, they're big. I think they were like 6, 7, maybe.
The small ones were about 7 feet.
Yeah, the small ones were about 7 feet. The larger ones about 10. And they were all at the very bottom, so we didn't think we were going to get a very good look at them, because you have to stay up at the surface when you're doing the shark swim. You can't dive down to them. So we didn't get a close-up look at the bottoms or any of the other, bottom-dwelling sharks. And nurse sharks are notorious for being elusive and bottom-dwelling. So we didn't think we were going to see a nurse shark close up. And I was swimming around, enjoying swimming with little bonnet heads and the reef sharks, and all of a sudden, I looked right beneath me, and one of the nurse sharks had come up and was swimming, how do you say that, horizontal or, parallel to me. I could, reach over and touch it. It was really cool. But just this gigantic shark that was bigger than me, just moseying around. He just wanted to see who I was. I was amazed because I didn't think we were going to see a nurse shark close up, but that was really cool. And that was our shark swim experience.
So you recommend Discovery Cove to people that like to swim with sharks and or dolphins?
I had a blast, and on the other side of the park there's also fresh water. Funny thing is, I only ended up taking a mouthful of water through my snorkel once, and that was when we went to see the river otters. You actually walk through the water to get to the main window of the otter enclosure, and you can actually dive down and watch them swim. Well, I had dove down a little deeper than I thought I had, went to breathe in, and
oops.
But there's a lot to do there. We didn't do the dolphin swim, which is their signature thing.
How boring is that for you?
Yeah, we want to swim with things with that
can eat you. Yeah.
Dolphins are actually, I think, more dangerous.
Yeah, dolphins are more aggressive.
We joke about how they're the assholes of the sea.
Right.
Yeah. You compare the number of dolphin attacks to the number of shark attacks. It's
right.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that is because
dolphins are jerks.
Well, dolphins are marine mammals who are
and they're
related
extremely intelligent.
And they're extremely intelligent, probably probably smarter than their trainers, respectively.
But then again, when you have the trainers there working with them, they are also very easily bribed.
Yes. Yes, so we're assuming that
So they're like Roxy.
yeah,
Exactly.
we are assuming that the dolphins at Discovery Cove are very well bribed because we haven't heard of them playing volleyball with toddlers yet. But that has actually happened with dolphins before. They've been known to hurt children, so and adults. So yeah, we'll take our chances with the sharks. But yeah, we recommend Discovery Cove. We
Had
had
a great time. Wear lots of sunscreen.
Yeah, well, they provide sunscreen. They do provide water-safe sunscreen that's safe for their animals. Be prepared for some walking. Be prepared for a lot of swimming. And like he said, be prepared to get kicked in the face if there's a lot of people there. But everything is also inclusive as far as your sunscreen, your towels, your snorkeling equipment, and all of your food and snacks and drinks, with the exception of premium alcohol. Everything's included in the price. When you see the ticket for how much it is for admission, you go, oh my goodness, I can go to SeaWorld for half that. Remember, SeaWorld, you're buying your snacks and your meals and whatnot. Discovery Cove, it's all inclusive, so it's really worth the price of admission.
The food's good, not particularly memorable,
Except for the freaking blueberries.
Blueberries do
and
not go
coleslaw.
in coleslaw. That's all I have to say about the food.
Yeah, that was the most memorable part of the food, is us wondering what the hell. But other than
The
that,
only thing they shared on Facebook was a picture of the coleslaw with the blueberries. It really stressed the two of them out.
so, if any of you guys have any questions or comments for us, particular questions, if you want to know more about our day or what to expect or anything like that, leave a comment below. Also, subscribe to us. We could use some more subscribers, especially since we're getting ready to go into our second year here soon.
Hit the subscribe button and that little bell to get notified for new episodes.
And you can tell he watches way too many YouTube videos to know how to roll that off of his tongue, so it's so smooth. Bye!